Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Butterfly Spirit 314. So today I had the feeling that I should draw 3 cards as an update to the reading that I did a few days ago. So the reading that I did was for my loved one, and I will say that my loved one did make some progress. And what I want to do is show you guys the cards that I pulled today and tell you what they mean. Okay, so the first card I pulled is the Nine of Swords. So a few days ago, this card was, right now this card is reversed, which is good, okay? Now the other day it was upright, okay? So when this card is, when it's upside down, when it turns upright as it should be, okay, then this card means that the person who this card relates to for the reading that I did, it means that they were having a lot of pain that was going on in their life. So there's many different types of pain that can exist. There's mental, emotional, spiritual, physical pain. And when I say physical pain, it could be pain that's manifesting itself on the physical level, meaning pain that can come about in the physical body, okay? And your emotions can do that if you get too stressed, or you get too you find yourself in the more tougher emotions like sadness, anger, frustration, fear, being depressed. Then you can find those things causing you to have physical pain, okay? So that's something that can happen. So when this card is upright, it's just basically saying that the person who's this card relates to in the reading that I did, it means that this person was in a lot of pain, okay? Now that the card is reversed, that's good, because it means that the person, and it means that they did something that allowed them to make progress, okay? And I'll get deeper into that in a second. But this card being reversed is good because there is hope in this card. And I'll go ahead and basically read what it stated, okay? Okay, so this is the Nine of Swords. So what this card means when it's reversed is, it says to come across the Nine of Swords reverse still signals something similar to the upright version, that you may find yourself being terrorized by nightmares, by anxiety and stress. Some trauma from your past is coming back, and you may find the grief of unresolved issues overwhelming. But here, we also hope at least there is the desire to leave this nightmare. You must understand that this suffering will not cease until you yourself put in the effort to leave it. There is much work that you must do to drag yourself towards release. But just as you have a ways out, you must understand that you can still fall deeper into despair. Your job is to avoid that outcome. If you push forward, you may find yourself out, but if you do not, you may find yourself sinking deeper into despair. Or you may find yourself sinking deeper into despair. The Nine of, so that was the Nine of Swords, okay? So that's a little bit of insight into this card. Now, it's good that it's reversed and no longer upright, but it's still, this person is still carrying, they still are dealing with a lot, okay? They still are. Okay, the next card that I pulled today was this card. So a few days ago when I did this reading, or a couple days ago, whenever it was, this card was upright. When this gentleman that's holding the stick is upright, it means that he's been through a lot of trials in his life. He's been through a lot of tough challenges, tough situations in life. But even though he has been through a lot and had to fight, right, through situations to survive, and move forward and persevere, right? And continue in life, right? When this is upright, it means that this gentleman, it means that, and when I say gentleman, I mean the gentleman in this court. When it's upright, it means that there is hope. It means that the person has, even though they've been through a lot, they can still keep going, and there's still hope that their future can be, it can be bright. It can be positive, okay? Now, when this card is reversed, then it has a different meaning, okay? So what it means when it's reversed is, hold on just a second. So when this card is reversed, this card is the 9 of Wands. I call it the 9 of Sticks, okay? So the 9 of Wands reversed means, the 9 of Wands reversed shows a person who may not be a risk taker. They may not want to make a long-term move or commitment since they are afraid that they may not be able to come out of it. They are mistrustful and hence have created a boundary between themselves and others, which is turning to be their own personal prison. You may be afraid that you do not have enough resources to face some upcoming challenges, which is why you may be open to running away or avoiding it. However, this situation, I lost my place, sorry. I'm gonna just highlight it. However, this situation that needs to change. However, this is a situation that needs to change, since this could be your self-created restriction to prevent you from attaining the new heights you need to grow. It encourages you to be brave, but also to be careful not to make careless or hasty decisions that may cost you in the future. The 9 of Wands may be an indication of a great personal fear or mentality that could affect you. Hence, it is important that you do something to deal with it before fear consumes you and prevents you from moving onward. Okay. Cool. All right. So the next card I pulled was this one. So this is the 8 of Wands. So a few days ago when I did the reading, and yes, cards can resurface. They can resurface in another reading later, especially if they have to do with a person or situation or circumstance. That's what I'm learning as far as these tarot cards are concerned. They're teaching me a lot. Okay, so this card was encountered a few days ago, a couple of days ago. And when this card is upright, it means excitement, it means progress, and it means positive change. However, when this card is reversed, what it means is, it means that the person who this card pertains to, it means that the person needs to have patience. It means that they need not try to rush things and hurry and do something. And I'll give you a little more insight onto what it means. Okay, so this is the 8 of Wands here. So I'm going to highlight the paragraph. Okay, just like the upwards 8 of Wands, the 8 of Wands reversed meaning is generally associated with patience. There is a possibility that you are feeling frustrated about something. You might now see that what you set in motion earlier created the obstacles that you are discovering right now. It is time for you to understand that you cannot change the past. You must forgive yourself and adapt your strategy. Man, these cards are like deep, ain't they? All right. And a final card that I felt that I needed to pull, this is card number 4, that I felt that I needed to pull for someone close to me, or rather my loved one, is this card. And this is the card that I haven't seen before. Okay, so the card that I pulled here, hang on just a second. Oh, cool. Okay, so the fourth and final card I pulled is the Chariot. And this is a mighty card. This is a major arcana card, so this is the card that has a lesson attached to it. There's a lot going on in this card. This card has a lot of spiritual references because the gentleman on this card, he has the stars above him. So it is a spiritual card. It has spiritual references, as you can see. It has the sphinxes there. It has a white sphinx. It has the black sphinx. It looks like this is about a balance, okay? It looks like this is also about some level of higher understanding, more so, I would say, being in charge, so to speak. But let me go ahead and read to you guys the description of this card. Okay. And I apologize. I haven't had my breakfast yet, guys, so that's why I'm kind of like not on it like I was for the other reading. All right, so the Chariot. In the Chariot's quest for his goal, he may display some behavior that he has never seen within himself before. Competition and a desire to succeed has perhaps brought out a more aggressive part of his personality. Aggression is a natural part of human nature, and the Chariot reminds you that it can also be used to help you take charge of your situation, but also must be reined in so that it does not hinder your way forward. So basically what this card is suggesting, that it is good to make progress. It is good to succeed. There's nothing wrong with being driven by competition and wanting to progress your life. That's wonderful. Okay, it's good to have driving forces and things that move you forward. However, what the person needs to be careful of in terms of aggression or being aggressive, is that the problem is that this can end up causing your future to be one where it's colored by negativity, right? As opposed to by, progress that moves you forward in a positive way. I mean, sure, in life, it's important to make progress and succeed and do what you can to move forward. This card, a lot of it is about control, and it is about being in control of oneself. And it is about balance, right? Because you have the black and white, right? You have the yin and yang, okay? You have the two opposing forces that are present in this card. And so what this is saying is that there's nothing wrong with trudging forward to be better and to accomplish yourself. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. What these cards all together are saying, that it is important for my loved one to watch their step, because if you are blinded by negativity and anger or frustration, and then you are acting out on that, what is going to happen is that sure, you can definitely move forward, but you won't have the kind of future it is that you're looking to have, because it is colored by negativity, and it is colored by you not being your authentic and true self. In the prior reading that was done, the reading had a lady, and she was, let me look her up real quick. She was the, hold on, let me see if I can find her. Hold on. She was the... I didn't take a picture of her. Hold on just a second. I cannot find her for some reason. Oh, here we go. I'll bring her up. So in the previous reading for my loved one, this card is something that came up, and it was the High Priestess. The very important thing for my loved one to understand is that this reading is to give insight, and it is to give support. And it is important to listen to your inner voice. And if you've listened to your inner voice, that's good, because it has brought you forward. Maybe you took a step forward to do something, but when you took a step forward to do something, it felt uncomfortable because it brought back those feelings of something that in the past that happened. And one good thing about the past is that the past teaches us a lot about, it teaches us things about our strengths, our weaknesses, who we were. We have the opportunity to change. The past is not necessarily something where it is a failure. It is actually a success. It is actually something where you have gained experience. Okay? And sometimes in life, it's okay to move forward slowly and move at a pace that's appropriate for you. Because we don't have to rush anything. It's about taking it day by day and understanding that we don't have to rush. It's a process, and it's a journey. And I know for my loved one, at their core, my loved one, they are trying to achieve happiness. And in them achieving happiness, I know that they are trying to achieve happiness because they are trying to trudge forward, and they may have the likelihood where they are trying to show that they're still important because they're making these strides and they're doing these things. And what I want to suggest to my loved one is it's okay to make progress. It's okay to do that. Just make sure it is within your higher good to do what it is that you're doing. If you find yourself feeling conflicted, and you find yourself feeling like, why am I not feeling the way I want to feel? Why are things or people or situations, why are these not fulfilling me? The reason that they're not fulfilling you is because, yes, you are making strides and you are making progress, which is wonderful. But in order to move forward, you need support, and you need the positive energy in your life that can help you to move forward so you can be proud of yourself. I mean, think about when you were happy in your past. Think about being happy. And the thing that you were having nightmares about and struggling with, was there any point in which you were happy? And if there were things where you were happy, maybe moving towards the thing that made you happy will help you. And sometimes there is support, and sometimes there are forces and things that are trying to help. It's just important to be aware. And that's how you can get there. is by doing the good things that are within yourself, because you have what it takes to be happy. It's just that you may be afraid to return to something that made you happy, whatever that was. And yes, it can be scary to maybe look into, like, looking into a nightmare can be scary because you're afraid that something's behind the door or something's in a closet or something. You may be afraid of something, but whatever that something is, it may not have been all bad. And maybe, just maybe, there are things that are working with you and working in support of you. But you just have to listen to your inner voice to get to that happiness. And how I know that is because there was a card that I drew in a couple of readings ago, which made the suggestion that my loved one is looking towards happiness, which is, let me pull up the tarot card. Eyes of Cups. Okay, here we go. So this is the tarot card that I pulled for my loved one. And a more prettier one is this one. This is the Ace of Cups. This card is about happiness and achieving happiness and love. And this is at its most purest. And what the hand in this card is about is, this is a card of opportunity and happiness and love, joy, fulfillment, inspiration. And what this card is suggesting is in order for my loved one to get to the happiness that they want, the energies and the universe, all the energies and forces are giving insight to my loved one. They are giving signs and things and opportunity, because that's what the 5 streams in this card is about. My loved one is being given an opportunity to be happy, but it's about whether my loved one is ready to take that and achieve the happiness, love, fulfillment, and things that they want. Because once they are on that vibration where they are willing to receive and see the gifts for which they are being given, this is where my loved one can move forward. And when they move forward and they make strides in what they do, they can truly be happy, and their happiness can be validated. And it can come through, and they can have the luck in fulfillment and validation and all that they're seeking. But they just have to, they're being given the gift, like you see the hand being outstretched. They're being given that. But it's about whether my loved one wants to take that or not. Do they want to take that offer of positive energy or not? They can have all that they're asking for, but are they willing to take it? Are they willing to accept the happiness that they're seeking? That's coming from the energies. Alright guys, so that's all I have for today. As far as this updated reading is concerned, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope this video was helpful, especially for my loved one. Thanks for watching.